How about that, huh? Hello everybody, and welcome back to those who have seen my previous live stream. I was doing some wood turning. Right now I'm working on some toggles. This sucker's really fat for a toggle. I'm gonna see, we're gonna go through the woodshed over here and see if I can find some smaller samples. For those of you who recently watched my live stream, I did some wood turning, trying to make some small thin toggles. They're pretty, they're all right. They're comparable to Dave Canterbury's toggles, about the size he had, maybe a little bit smaller than this. And I was gonna drill holes in the center of these and turn them into toggles, but I want something smaller, and I want something more natural with a natural edge. So these are not going to have holes drilled down the center. They're going to have holes drilled at the bottoms, and they'll all just be strikers. I'm going to have to borrow my brother-in-law's air compressor because ours took a poop. I need to cut more steel for more strikers. People really like my affordable strikers, and I'm able to make them affordable because I cut my own steel. Now, back to the toggle. I'm going to go out to my woodshed and see if we can find some more smaller, thinner specimens. And we're going to drill holes in them, and I'm going to show you how a toggle works. Yeah, I think that piece will do. Let's see what else we can find over here. This one's got an awful lot of knot on it. This one's too short. This one here looks nice. Here's a nice big knot cluster. There's that nice specimen right there. That's my favorite one so far. I'm going to cut that off of there. All right. Focus. Nice and rich. We'll drill a hole in the center and turn it into a toggle. Now tomorrow morning I'm going to be going out for fatwood hunting, and I'm going to be looking for more pieces like this. Nice and straight, as smooth as possible. This one's definitely not smooth. There's more wood here than there is there. That's how most knots are. But we're going to go out tomorrow and find more. Definitely need to go out, hit the woods tomorrow morning, and find some nice straight ones. Like this, but thinner. I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, let's go in the shop and drill some holes. Okay, now we just need to find a drill bit that's about the same size as the paracord. I think that'll do. It's warm in here. Cold out there, warm in here. Alright. Alright, let's see here. How to best center this one. Center in there. Center in there. That ought to do. Let's get you up a little higher. Huh, might help if I plug it in, huh? Now this drill press is really old. You gotta kind of lift up on it and lock it down, or your hole will be crooked. I'd say that's good. Should be able to get paracord through there. Let me go grab a piece of paracord. There we go. Let's say you got a bundle of Fatwood from Ches Jones on eBay. Check him out. You're going to take your bundle. You're going to go around with that loop right about there. You're going to put your toggle in there, which is way too big of a toggle. And we're going to work on that. Pull it down. And then carefully tighten it. Just like that. You've got your bundle of Fatwood. And it's just as easy to undo like that. That's why it's called quick deployment. I'll have a better example for you later. Now let's take our little itty bitty ones. This one's almost perfect. It's just not round perfectly. Just like that. Now we got our baby toggle. All right, let's back you up some. Let's take this toggle off of this one. Take the paracord off and put it on this one. Just like that. Now you got a smaller toggle. Let's go ahead and drill a couple holes and we'll go outside and play, huh? Take that one out. All right. Most people do this out in the bush and they use their knife and just twist a little hole in there. But since I'm at home and I got the shop right here, all right, got my toggle. Let's go outside. There's our toggles. I need to set up a tripod out here and give you a demonstration. Okay, so I have my paracord with a loop. Loop could be a little bit bigger. Put my paracord through my toggle. Go around a tree, not a dead tree like this. Especially if you're using a hammock. This is a simple demonstration. I'll show you how to use a toggle. I'm going to pull it right about there. Nice and snug. And then you take your backpack, or in this case Charlie's backpack. Thank you, Charlie. And there, you hang up your backpack. I learned about this one back in 2017, my first year on YouTube. And then there's other ways to use it. I showed you, you can wrap a bundle of Fatwood. Just about anything you can wrap with it. Your sleeping bag, bedroll. And then just like that, that's why it's called a rapid deployment. Because you get nice and snug real quick, didn't have to tie any knots. And when you're done using it, just with one hand, it comes loose. So these were just some simple examples. I would much rather have them perfectly straight and smooth, and I will get to that. Right now, I'm just showing you a demonstration. Tomorrow I'm going to go out to the woods, and we're going to find some better samples. This fatter toggle, you won't be able to get as tight and secure with a toggle this round. You want them smaller like that. We're going to work on that, hit the woods. Good morning. I'm in the pines today and looking for little pieces for toggles. That one's almost long enough. These ones are not. Definitely not long enough. That one's long enough, but it's rather fat. This is a fun challenge. We're going to try to fill that up. This piece here is just the right size, but not quite long enough. See where it's broken and imperfect? It's fatwood. See, we need it to be solid all the way up to where my thumb's at. Check out this piece. It's an old cut. I wonder how juicy it is. Only one way to find out. Not bad. Let's keep looking. This one's no good. This one is. There's a potential piece. Yeah, maybe not. Looks a bit rough. This one appears to be a nice specimen. Yeah, maybe. Got some red cedar. Make some red cedar toggles. That one's a bit fat. That one's a little too short. That one might be okay. And that one's definitely not going to work. Got an awful lot of damage on it. This one here is good all the way around. There's one. Looks perfect. Nice dead pine full of pine knots. Check out this beauty, full of gnarly bits. Big gnarly branches. I mean, the resin comes all the way out. Beautiful stuff. Look at the globs of pine pitch on that one. Beautiful fatwood. Big gnarly branches. I mean, look at that. Solid gold. Another one. Yeah. I'm gonna take these two. Heck yeah. Rich all the way to the tip. Not so much this one. Probably could have cut about there. Cutting this one off now. Woohoo! That's a heck of a piece of fatwood right there. Golly. How about that, huh? This one is perfect. I'll be able to cut it right about here. Perfect size toggle. Man, look at the size of that knot. I bet that's beauty. There we go. Cutting through some knot. This one's a bit tapered, but I think it'll work once you knock that knot off of there. Here we go. Not quite. Possibly. There's another one. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm going after this sucker, that's for sure. Yeehaw. Nice knot. My bag is full. Yeah. Time to go unload my bag. Check this sucker out. At first I was trying to figure out which tree it's growing from, but it's growing from both. Oh wait, I see now. This grew out of here and into there. See how it pushed? There's a pine knot, and there's a pine knot. That's pretty slick. That's really cool looking. And that's some really good fatwood too by looking at it. Heck yeah, I'm gonna take it. I hope that whole thing's solid. Look at that sucker up there. Even looks resinous at the top. Juicy resin. I'm more than halfway through. I'm already feeling tension. There's some pressure on this piece. Well, this tree's not going to be as stable as it once was. Nice specimen. So this is the haul. It's not a whole lot, but I got some toggle pieces and that's all we needed. We'll get more fatwood next time. Oh yeah, look at the color on that stuff, huh? Beautiful color. Got plenty of little ones. Gonna trim these down, make some toggles. I even have some red cedar. Okay, let's make some toggles. These are the ones from yesterday. Gonna start out by squaring the end off. There we go. There. An itty bitty baby one. See that? Wouldn't be very reliable. This one's got a bit of a curve to it, but it's workable. This one's a little dry on this end, nice and solid on that end. Heck yeah. This one here's in bad shape. Not all that easy to find the right pieces for fatwood toggles, but it's a great idea. For those who don't know it, someone messaged me on my Fatwood Queen Etsy page and asked me if I had fatwood toggles. That's a great idea. I mean, why just use any wood for your toggle when you can have a fatwood toggle for your paracord? And if you were in a pinch, your toggle is fire starter, not just a dry piece of wood. Great idea. Let's fire it up. It's Friday. I'll bag you up a whole bunch of these. You can taper the edges yourself with your knife. It's a very pleasant process. But I will drill some holes for you. For today's burn, we are using this nice solid chunk of fatwood. Yeah. How about that, huh? Man, that's pretty. Figure out where that piece went. There we go. There's our fat wood for our burn. Get some of that sapwood off of there. There we go. A little bit goes a long ways. My feather stick flew away. Is that why they call them feather sticks? Okay, this more light my fire has a ferro rod in it. Gonna get our thinnest, fluffiest pieces in one spot. And we're gonna throw a spark to it. And this fire is dedicated to my friend Debbie. She's in the hospital facing an emergency surgery tonight. She called me when I was out in the woods. Very fiery, just like you, Debbie. You come back to us in one piece, without your gallbladder. A little bit goes a long way. Wind or rain, you might need more of it, but it'll get you going. It'll get your fire going. Prayers for Debbie. Thanks for watching, everyone. Keep it burning. As Debbie always says, peace and love. Thank you.